What's up guys, today I explain you Jujutsu Kaisen 269, what to expect from the chapter. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe this channel, and now have fun with the video. Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 269 is certainly going to be incredibly exciting, with fans already looking forward to the post-war events being focused on by the author, Jijaku Tami. The battle between Yuji and Sukuna has finally wrapped up, and the death of the King of Curses essentially means that the story can move in a more exciting direction. For the very first time in a very long time, Jujutsu Kaisen can focus on lighthearted chapters, with exciting character interactions and things along the same lines left to be focused on. All eyes are currently on JJK chapter 269, and hopefully, it lives up to all the expectations that fans have and ties up some loose ends that the story still has. Easily, the biggest plot point that is going to be tackled in JJK chapter 269 is the body swap between Yuta and Gojo. Yuta took a very brave step in the Shinjuku Showdown arc of Jujutsu Kaisen. He was one of the biggest reasons why the battle against Sukuna was won, and his contribution was absolutely immense. Yuta was the one who decided to go after Kenjaku and essentially kill him. He was able to get rid of Kenjaku completely, and at the same time, he managed to get Rika to copy his technique as well. Fans know that Kenjaku's technique is brain hopping, and it allows him to take control of someone else's body. Yuta gained access to a very powerful technique, but utilizing this meant that he had no other option left in the fight against Sukuna. At first, Yuta tried to take down the King of Curses with his own power, but he could not pull that off. He was struck down by the world-splitting dismantle, and was essentially put in the same situation as Gojo. Before dying, Yuta decided to swap out and enter the body of Gojo Satoru. This was quite a shocking decision, and something of a major sacrifice from Yuta. He was now stuck in Gojo's body, and decided to enter the battlefield. Yuta knew that he only had 5 minutes and he wanted to end the fight in the allotted time he had. Unfortunately, not being used to Gojo's body meant that Yuta could not defeat the King of Curses properly, and with that, his plan failed as well. Yuta did save Yuji from Sukuna's domain expansion, but that was about all that he accomplished. Even though he tried utilizing unlimited void and techniques such as Hollow Purple, his attempts at these abilities failed largely, and eventually, the technique of copy ran out, which saw Yuta collapse on the battlefield. Then, it was clear for the fans to see that Yuta was stuck in Gojo's body and that he could not do anything about it. The battle finished with Yuji defeating the King of Curses, and Yuta, ever since then, has been missing. Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 269 is most definitely going to focus on Yuta's body, and the steps taken from here onwards to save his life. Yuta might still be stuck in Gojo's body, and his life might slowly be fading with each passing minute. This is one of the possibilities that Yuta put forward himself. If that truly is the case, then time is of the essence, and the sorcerers need to do something to save him. Fans know that Yuta can potentially live in Gojo's body forever. However, that would mean his connection to Rika will be severed forever as well. The author would certainly not want that, having written a beautiful story around these two characters. As such, Yuta has to return to his original body if the story is to make any sense, and because of that, JJK chapter 269 will most likely see him jump bodies one more time. This time around, Yuta will likely return to his own body, and this will require the effort of several powerful sorcerers, such as potentially Yui, or even individuals like Shoko, among others. JJK chapter 269 will also inadvertently confirm Gojo's fate. As things stand, Gojo is officially dead. However, his body is completely fine and has been stitched together by Shoko, and healed using reverse curse technique by Yuta. An interesting point to note that Kenjaku put forward long ago in the story is that Mahito was mistaken about souls. According to Kenjaku, the soul and the body are intrinsically linked. The body is the soul and the soul is the body, which means that Gojo's body should hold his soul as well. This theory was proven by Geto once Gojo started speaking to him after finding out about Kenjaku taking over his body. This led to Geto attempting to choke Kenjaku out of him. This was something that shocked even Kenjaku himself, and the fact that it happened certainly implies that the idea of body and soul being similar holds some weight. If Yuta truly leaves Gojo's body and moves to his own, and then, there is a big possibility of Gojo essentially returning to his own body somehow and waking up for one last time, and this time around, being recognized as not the strongest, but the person that he was born to be, and that is Gojo. Similarly, JJK Chapter 269 could also confirm the fact that Gojo is well and truly dead. This is especially on the back of Jij confirming that only 3 of the 4 main characters will go on to live. Given that Yuji, Megumi, and Nobara are alive, Gojo's death looks highly likely at this point. Jujutsu Kaisen Chapter 269 could also focus on the new sorcerer ranks for those who played a significant role in the defeat of Ryomen Sukuna. This is something that Gojo brought up at the beginning of the series. According to Gojo, the upcoming generation was not to be limited by special grade ranks. They would go on to surpass special grade and reach a new tier entirely. This would mean that they would surpass even the likes of Gojo. Unfortunately, this was a half-baked plot point, given that no sorcerer on the battlefield was actually strong enough to surpass Gojo in terms of strength. Gojo is still head and shoulders above every single sorcerer on the battlefield, and while this plot point can never truly be fulfilled in a proper manner, JJK Chapter 269 could see to it that the sorcerers are given new ranks. Perhaps, the likes of Yuji, Nobara, Megumi, and potentially even the likes of Todo, among others, are going to be moving up to special grade in rank, which is something that they would certainly deserve at this point.